Good evening, baseball fans. You are tuning in to another edition of Oakland Athletics Baseballs. We are here at the Rogers Center in Toronto, Canada, here for opening day 2019 as the Toronto Blue Jays play host to the Oakland Athletics. This is a Blue Jays team which is defending World Series champions. They won the World Series 4-2 over the Los Angeles Dodgers in 2018, and they have a returning player in Edwin Encarnacion, which was American League MVP last season with 40-plus home runs and 100-plus RBI for the Blue Jays. While on the Athletics side of things, the Athletics are a team that missed out on the playoffs and finished the year at exactly 500 at 81-81. Looking to rebound this season and hopefully strike back and get into the playoffs like they were in 2017. The Oakland starting lineup is as follows: right fielder Jarrod Dyson, followed by second baseman Yangervis Solarte, center field AJ Pollock, catching is Kyle Schwarber, DH is Chris Davis, first base Matt Olson, third base Brady Slayton, shortstop Jose Miguel Fernandez, and then rounding things out as the left fielder Sean Andino. While on the mound for the Blue Jays is the short right-hander Marcus Stroman. Out of Medford, New York, he was a Duke Blue Devil, the former 22nd overall pick in 2012. And here comes Jarrod Dyson leading things off for the Athletics. Back-to-back 40 stolen base seasons for Dyson. He's entering the 2019 season, still a leadoff man for this ball club. As here comes the first pitch of the season from Stroman, and Dyson's going to take that up the middle, and it's past the diving glove of Travis. As Dyson, the first pitch he sees of the 2019 season is up the middle for a single. So he's on first base, and that brings up Yangervis Solarte, who's been the star of this team the past few seasons, but they've picked up a few guys in the offseason that may overshadow Solarte now. As Stroman delivers the first pitch, it is a pitch out, but Dyson is not going anywhere. So 1-0 count to Solarte. Stroman sets, here comes the pitch, there goes Dyson, takes off for second, the throw down is not in time as he swipes the bag. He's got himself into scoring position to lead off this game, so 2-0 count on Solarte, runner on second, nobody out. Here it comes. That's going to be chopped up the middle, fielded by Tulowitzky, tossed over to first. That's an easy out as Solarte is retired, but Dyson is able to move up to third base with only one out, as that brings up the center fielder in AJ Pollock, the new acquisition for the Athletics. As the first pitch to him is taken for strike one on the inside half. Count runs 0-2. Pollock up against the wall. Stroman looks down the runner, sets and delivers. That's going to be popped up to left field. As Rasmus is over in the corner, he puts that one away. Throw into home. Dyson is tagged out at home as Rasmus with a gun from left field throws out Jarrod Dyson. The speedster has one hit, no runs for the A's halfway through one. Welcome back to Toronto for the bottom half of the first inning. The Blue Jays lineup is as follows: center fielder Pilar, followed by shortstop Tulowitzky, third base Donaldson, first base Edwin Encarnacion, DH Brown, second base Travis, right field Reddick, left field Rasmus, and catching is Russell Martin. While on the mound for the A's is Sonny Gray, their ace. The ace he's been the past few seasons. He's 29 years old now, the Nashville, Tennessee born and bred former Vanderbilt Commodore. Is going to be getting the mound here on opening day, as always, for this Athletics ball club. And he'll be facing Kevin Pilar to lead off his day. Pilar digs in, and Sonny Gray sets and delivers the first pitch. Taken for strike one, two-seamer inside half. 0-1 count runs to 0-2 now as Gray turns, kicks, and fires. That's whiffed through the curveball. 1-2-3 strikeout for Sonny Gray on Pilar to start off his season. So one down as that brings up Troy Tulowitzky, the shortstop. Gray sets, turns, and fires. First pitch taken, down. That's going to be ball one. Count runs 2-1 now. Hitters count for Tulowitzky. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be chopped at the shortstop, fielded by Fernandez. Tosses over to first. And Fernandez's first bit at shortstop this season is an out, as he retires Tulowitzky for out number 2. And that brings up Josh Donaldson, the former Oakland Athletic, hit 30 home runs and 90-plus RBIs last year. 33 home runs to be exact. As the first pitch to Donaldson is taken for strike one, up and in the strike zone. Donaldson did not like the call, but it stands as strike one. So 0-2 count as Gray sets and fires. That's whiffed through the slider. 1-2-3 inning for Sonny Gray to start off his season. That's going to be scoreless at the end of one here for the Athletics and the Blue Jays. Welcome back to the bottom half of the third inning here at Rogers Center as Colby Rasmus digs in the left-handed side of the batter's box to face Sonny Gray here in a still game tied up at 0-0. Bottom half of the third as the first pitch from Gray misses the outside half, change-up. The 1-0 count runs full now as Rasmus works that count. Gray turns, kicks, and fires. That's taken for ball 4 outside half. So Colby Rasmus will take his base on the full count walk, so he's on first with nobody out, and that brings up Russell Martin, the catcher. The veteran catcher, the Canadian-born catcher playing for the Blue Jays. As Gray working from the stretch, first pitch in there for strike one, 96 on the gun, dialing that up there. So 0-1 count now as Gray sets and fires. That's going to be popped up in the infield, Olsen. Back on the back of the infield dirt as he retires that. 4 out number 1. As the runner Rasmus had to stay at first. So 1 down, 1 out. 1 down, correction, 1 on. As Kevin Pillar digs in. First pitch to him is taken up the middle for a base hit. That's going to be fielded by Pollock into center field. Throw is going to go directly into third base. And it's first and second base now for the Toronto Blue Jays with 1 down and Troy Tulowitzky coming to the plate. First pitch to him is swung on and driven out to left field, and you can watch that one fly. Troy Tulowitzky with a 3-run shot for the Toronto Blue Jays. Connects on that one for his first home run of the season, and it's a big one for the city of Toronto. 413 feet. First home run of the season, a 3-run shot as the Blue Jays jump off to a 3-0 lead here in the bottom half of the third, as Josh Donaldson digs in now with an 0-2 count. And he's retired on the strikeout as the drop third strike as Schwarber fires over to first. That's a strikeout, though, so 2 down. But Tulowitzky did hit that 3-run shot, so it's 3-0 Blue Jays now. 2 down as Encarnacion digs in. First pitch to him is ball 1. Changeup misses. Count is all even up at 2-2 now. As Gray turns, kicks, and fires. And that's whiffed through the 12-6 curve. He goes down swinging. But the Blue Jays do strike for 3 on a 3-run shot off the bat of Troy Tulowitzky. So 3-0 Blue Jays here at the end of 3. And here we are on the top half of the 9th inning as the Blue Jays now have a 4-0 lead over the A's as they struck for one more solo shot. So top half of the 9th as A.J. Pollock digs in, looking to start a rally here for the Athletics. Stroman still on the mound as the first pitch of the inning from him is taken for ball 1. So 1-0 count to Pollock as Stroman turns and fires. And Pollock gives this one a good ride out to left center field, but Pillar is there as that's not far enough as that's retired for out number 1. So Pollock goes down on the fly out to left center field. And now that brings up the catcher and Kyle Schwarber, who's 1 for 3 so far on the day with a single. And here comes the first pitch from Stroman. Taken for ball 1. Count runs 2-1 now to Schwarber. And Stroman turns and fires. And that one is way out of here. That one was gone off the bat. That's an upper deck shot from Kyle Schwarber. His first ding-dong of the season is going to be a long one. Kyle Schwarber, 435 feet into the upper deck. Makes it a 4-1 Blue Jays lead. Cut the lead down to 3 for the Blue Jays. As Stroman still on the mound, and the first pitch to Davis is taken for strike 1. Count runs 2-1 now. The pitch from Stroman. As Davis gets some good wood on this one, it goes out to right field. Reddick is back at the wall, and he retires that as it was a few feet away from back-to-back solo shots. But instead, Davis is retired for the second out of the inning, and now the last hope for the A's to keep things alive is Matt Olson. The 2-0 is ripped foul. That one is in the upper deck foul, but could not keep it fair. So 2-1 count now to Olson. As Stroman working from the windup. And that's going to be ripped foul as well, this time into the into the field level seats. So 2-2 count now to Olsen. Here comes the pitch. And this time, that one stays fair. An absolute laser into the right field seats. A line drive shot for Matt Olsen. And he's back in the bigs, and he's ready to contribute. As a solo shot from Matt Olsen goes 380 feet, and that's now a 2-run lead for the Blue Jays. 4-2 ball games. That will knock Stroman out of the game. No complete game for him, as Roberto Osuna will come into the ball game, the 24-year-old closer, as he'll be facing Brady Slayton, the third baseman. Here comes the pitch from Ozuna, and that's ripped up the middle off of Ozuna. He's somehow able to recover and toss over to first, as that is the ball game. The hard-hit line drive off of Ozuna from Slayton was not enough to knock him out of the play or get a base hit for Slayton to keep the ball game alive, as the Blue Jays win on that interesting play where Ozuna recovers and tosses Slayton out at first. So 4-2 Blue Jays is the final score in this one, as the Blue Jays start their season off with a victory here on opening day 2019, and the Athletics lose this game 4-2 here in Toronto. Troy Tulowitzky picks up Player of the Game honors for the Blue Jays, as deservedly so. He went 2 for 4 with a 3-run shot that gave them a 3-0 lead early on, and they did not look back as they sealed the deal with that home run, basically. Stroman gets a victory. He's now 1-0. Gets 1 out away from a complete game. He pitched 8 2/3. Roberto Osuna picks up his first save of the season, and Sonny Gray is now 0-1. But Kyle Schwarber and Matt Olsen showing off their power bat, as they each had solo shots in the top half of the ninth to make the game look closer than it actually was. And with that being said, that's going to wrap things up here for this edition of Oakland Athletics Baseball. I have been your host, Jerseyborn, and I'm saying goodbye.
Drunk in the city and the thoughts start to wandering. Point A and B are the plots that you're pondering. You're trying to catch up without any condiments. Living with a vision, imprisoning all your common sense. No maps and you can't make a phone call. Your GPS is down cause you went and held the phone wrong. Those 4 G's don't appear inside your bank account. You always been too big to rock somebody's hand-me-downs. Always frowned upon some charity or handouts, but having your own cake to do the same is paramount. Ethical egoism for the hypocritic.